is in his first year as head coach of the Miami Hurricanes. He has a solid football background. Just about everybody who knows Howard says he is bound to succeed. From Beaver Stadium in University Park, Pennsylvania, it's the Miami Hurricanes versus the Penn State Nittany Lions. Hi, everybody. I'm Ray Scott. George Paterno is here on this very brisk but very beautiful fall afternoon. Delighted you're with us. George, the Hurricanes must be one of the youngest football teams in the country.
Well, Ray, so far this year, they've only played 2 seniors, and all the rest of the team are freshmen, sophomores, sprinkled with a few juniors, so their future looks very good.
Who are some of the key players? Let's take a look at some of the men that we believe will be very prominent in action this afternoon as Penn State takes on Miami of Florida. Number 83, George.
Ray, number 83, Jim Burt, will play the middle guard in their 3-5 defense. A great one. They compare him to Edwards and Lattimore, 2 great players in the NFL. Number 53, Jim Romano in the center. He's going to have his hands full with Burt. We'll probably have to get some help from the offensive guards. Jim has been alternating all year long with Bob Jaggers, and both have been doing a great job. Today, Jim gets the call to try to stop Jim Burt, this great middle guard of Miami.
That will be one of the matchups that we'll be looking for this afternoon. Now, he has a tremendous reception record, he being Pat Walker.
Oh, Ray, what a football player. The leading receiver in the country. 19 catches, 517 yards, and would you believe he's averaging 27.2 yard per catch. Giuseppe Harris will have to get some help. Giuseppe will probably try to cover him deep and get some help underneath with one of the cornerbacks or the linebackers, but he's going to have his hands full today, preventing this great receiver, Pat Walker, from getting into the end zone.
Incidentally, you saw Harris doing a bit of kicking there, and that's because he is a backup kicker for the Nittany Lions. So we're looking forward to an interesting afternoon of football. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after this.
The shimmering you see on this winter day is caused by heat, a very little heat. But Westinghouse has developed a way to take heat out of the air and bring it into the home. To heat homes, the Westinghouse heat pump can extract heat from winter air. It can reverse itself to air condition. Industrial heat is recovered by a larger heat pump. There is unused energy all around us, made usable now by Westinghouse, a powerful part of your life.
You'll never make another mistake when you make your drinks with Daly's Mix.
Daly's Cocktail Mix, outselling all other brands.
What did he say?
Daly's Cocktail Mix. When you make it with Daly's, you've got it made. Daly's Cocktail Mix makes 3 different drinks.
I'll never what?
You'll never make another mistake when you make your drinks with Daly's Mix.
Daly's Cocktail Mix, outselling all other brands.
This Bud's for all the people who make the sidelines a part of the show.
This Bud's for you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Is your savings
Yes,
rate.
it is.
You need value face to face.
Every day.
Hey, Mark.
Came up.
Sells great merchandise.
You're going to get value at a low, low price.
Your savings place. Hey, Mark.
Came up.
Is your savings
Sing it for me, children.
You need value face to face.
It's okay.
Let's go one step further and tell you that the weatherman tells us that the temperature could get into the high 40s. But right about now, George, coupled with about a 15-mile-an-hour wind, I would have to describe it as chilly this afternoon.
Well, it's a bit chilly, and it's going to be a problem for both the passer and the kicker today with that swirling wind down at field level.
Miami has won the toss. Will be receiving off to our right. Number 13 will be Jim Joyner. He is listed as a flanker. Number 39,
James Joyner,
unfortunately, is not listed on the Miami roster. There are the officials: Tom Thammert, Ted Benson, Dave Anderson, Joe Pipkin, Tom Adams, James Campbell, and Dan Sullivan. And there's Brian Franco's kick. And this is Joyner. Great speed. He's a wingback on the offensive unit. And he gets it out to about the 19-yard line. Now, Albert Bentley was the other return man. He was just added to the roster at the last minute. George, tell us what you know about this Miami offense. I know at first glance they have not gained a lot of yardage on the ground, but they have thrown for a lot of yardage, and there are some of the key people in that offensive line.
Ray, they have three or four fine receivers. We mentioned Walker before. Bratsky's a good receiver. Joyner's a good receiver. Tight end Barada's a good receiver. Their problem has been running the ball right now. Possibly their offensive line is suspect. But they sure know how to throw the football. And let's remember, Coach Schnellenberger is from the Miami Dolphins, and they always put the ball up quite well.
Now they're going to start with Jim Kelly, a freshman from East Brady, Pennsylvania, at quarterback. He was redshirted a year. He had a super scholastic career at East Brady, and he is a surprise starter. They'll start out of an I formation. Hobbs, number 33, Roan, number 46, are the running backs. Up to the air on first down, and wide open over the middle. Hobbs, the fullback, breaking tackles. Look out! Giuseppe Harris is chasing him.
Wow.
Giuseppe Harris saved a touchdown as Kelly hit Chris Hobbs, freshman, the quarterback, sophomore, the receiver, number 33. And wow.
Miami's coming wide open, have everything to gain, nothing to lose. A delay to the fullback, Hobbs. Right over in the middle of your screen, number 33, does a fine bit of running. He makes Griffiths miss, breaks to the outside, kicks off a tackle, and he starts getting into a foot race right here. Giuseppe Harris had a step on him, or there would have been a touchdown.
At the Penn State 25-yard line. This is Kelly on the option, and Hobbs, the runner, goes out of bounds after a gain of almost 5. Gene Gladys made the defensive play on Chris Hobbs. Now let's see if we can identify the starters for Penn State along the front line. Leo Wisniewski is playing in place of Matt Millen, who has a back problem and will not play today. That play gained 5 yards. It is 2nd and 5. Miami at the Penn State 20-yard line. Kelly, the freshman. This is Joyner to the 5. He's out of bounds at the 6, and Miami has a 1st and goal. Jim Joyner, a junior from Detroit, Michigan.
Miami definitely pass-orientated. Kelly checks off, sees double coverage on Walker, throws out on the single coverage man. Joyner, he takes it down to the 7-yard line.
Miami 1st and goal at the Penn State 6-yard line.
Now, Coach Howard Schnellenberger is alternating in sending in the plays. Number 13, Joyner, is wide right. He has 2 tight ends in, Brophy and Barata. 1st and goal at the Penn State 6. This is Kelly to the 2. Steve Griffiths helped out on the tackle. Lance Mell, the 2 linebackers. Penn State's cornerbacks are Mickey Urquhart, number 36. There you see the inside linebackers. Both of them are in on that play. And the hero back is Rick Donaldson. Tom Wise is playing 1 defensive halfback, number 49. 2nd and goal at the 2. And Hobbs is nailed back at the 4 by Griffiths and Gladys. super defensive effort.
Well, Miami took a chance. They decided to go outside on second down because the middle was stacked up, and Griffith came on a blitz from the outside, threw Hodge for a loss.
The secondary, Tom Wise at the one corner. Mickey Urquhart at the other corner. Joel Coles will be a tailback today. He will probably not play defense. And the free safety, Giuseppe Harris. Now Miami has a 3rd and goal at the Penn State 4. Joyner is wide to the right. Long count by Kelly. Did we have a delay of game? We could have had.
No, Ray, I think the offensive center Bailey went offside.
Don Bailey, incidentally, Miami's center, number 61, is a freshman from Miami. Now, he's playing in place of the more experienced junior, John Fenton, who was injured and had to have surgery.
Well, as the day goes on, he's going to have to face Bruce Clark, so he's going to learn real fast if he's going to survive. But, you know, Miami has a history of starting off early in the games very well. Every one of their ball games so far, they've taken the ball, marched right down the field for a touchdown.
Larry Brodsky just brought in the play. Miami has suffered a 5-yard penalty from the Penn State 4 to the 9 illegal procedure. It is 3rd and goal, Miami, at the Penn State 9-yard line. Game just underway and no score.
Passing situation.
Remember now, we have a freshman center and a freshman quarterback. The pass is complete to the tight end, Andy Barada, but there's practically no gain and a penalty on the play.
I believe it's a face mask by either Harris.
Yep, face mask penalty against Penn State. So instead of it being 4th and goal at the 7-yard line, let's see, we'll wait and see what referee Tom Thammert measures off and what the explanation will be.
Well, actually, I thought the officials missed. I thought Rowan, number 46, in Miami's offensive backfield was illegally in motion, but they didn't catch it.
Officials are still discussing the situation over at the far sideline.
And there was no need for that. The tight end Barada was down. He had no chance of breaking away.
Nick Norelli, New Jersey.
The ball comes back to the 4.
Under the west stands. Thank you.
What they're talking it over about now, it's a question. You see, it's still a 4th down, whether to go for a field goal or a touchdown.
No, it's the down is going to remain the same.
3rd down.
Third down at the 4. Now Joyner is wide to the left. Same running backs, Hobbs and Roan. Kelly, the freshman. And a fine play by Giuseppe Harris. A super play as he meets Hobbs right about the line of scrimmage. It is 4th down. And let's take another look at a fine defensive effort.
Well, watch Giuseppe Harris on this. He has Hobbs all the way. Must have been a good scouting report. He smelled it, nails him. He doesn't make an inch. And now it's a field goal situation for Miami.
For Miami, Dan Miller will attempt a field goal of 20 yards. And Miami is on the board. So once again, the opposition scores first. The score, Miami 3, Penn State nothing.
Weekends were made for...
Jeff Davis, a 5'6", 135-pound freshman from Clearwater, will kick off for Miami.
You know, each year I think the kickoff people and the field goal kickers get smaller and smaller.
Deep for Penn State will be Terry Rakowski and Tom Donovan. Miami held on to the ball for 3 minutes and 41 seconds. And Giuseppe Harris made 2 key plays on that drive.
Boy,
he caught Hobbs from behind to save a touchdown. Then he conceivably saved a score when he nailed Hobbs on that little pass on 3rd down.
Absolutely has developed into a great safety man in the image of his brother Pete.
Into the wind, oh my. And that's Miami's ball. It went the required distance.
Would you believe?
That went the required distance, and Miami has the ball. For Miami, Mike Godecker, a reserve defensive end, was Johnny on the spot.
Well, that's a great break for Miami. What actually happened, defensive linemen are told, don't you touch the ball, let a back or an end or somebody who's used to handling the ball take it. That time, the whole defensive left side of the kickoff return team let the ball go. It hit. The wind blew it back right into Miami's hands.
Miami with a 3-0 lead, kicked off to Penn State, a short kickoff, grabbed by Miami, and Miami has a first down at the Penn State 29-yard line. Jim Kelly, the freshman from East Brady, Pennsylvania, the quarterback.
Good time to go deep to Walker.
And that is Walker. Mickey Urquhart makes a tackle at the 10. In fact, it's at the 9, and Miami has a first and goal.
It was a very well executed play. There's double coverage over there. He hits Walker. Watch Kelly, straight drop back. He knows he's going over there. He catches Walker between the cornerback and the safety man, and he's down to the 10.
It's first and goal, Miami at the Penn State 9. Miami leading 3-0 and bidding for more. Met after a gain of about 2, Lorenzo Roan, sophomore from Miami, the tackle by Steve Griffiths.
And I'm sure right now Penn State should worry about a reverse. Joyner just came in the game. He's a great receiver, but he has run a lot of reverses from his flanker position, and Penn State better be alert for it right now.
Joyner is number 13. He is lined up wide to the left. That play gained a yard. It's second and goal at the 8. This is for Joyner. Touchdown! A beautifully thrown pass by the freshman Joyner, and just like that, Miami has a 9-0 lead.
Well, they got one-on-one coverage on Joyner. They're worried about Walker. Kelly lays it up right in the corner, beats Wise, and Miami's going to be a tough football team today.
Miami has won 2 games so far this season. Remember now, only 3 seniors. Only 3 seniors among the first 44 Miami of Florida players. Greg LaBelle is the holder. Dan Miller tries for the extra point. And Miami has jumped off to a 10-0 lead. The score, Miami of Florida 10. Penn State has yet to run the ball from scrimmage, nothing.
Well, Miami got an assist from Mother Nature that time.
For centuries, man thought he had to incorporate all the...
Well, last week, West Virginia stunned Penn State, jumping off to a 6-0 lead. Now it's Miami of Florida, a decided underdog, leading by 10-0, and only 4 minutes and 24 seconds have elapsed. Into the wind. That loose ball is double covered by Penn State, taking no chances at the Penn State 24-yard line. Leo Wisniewski covered the ball at the Penn State 24-yard line. Now there are some changes today for Penn State. You will see number 24, Mike Gooman, at tailback. Neither Booker Moore nor Dave Paffenroth will play today because of disciplinary action. Tate is the quarterback. This is Suey. It's only about 2 yards, and I'd have to believe right now this Miami defense, which has had a tough time this season, should certainly be inspired by what has transpired already.
Their secondary's played awfully well. The secondary's only given up 2 touchdown passes the whole season by San Diego, who knows how to throw the football. It's been in the defensive line against the run. It's been the problem.
Gain of 2 on that first down run by Suey. 2nd and 8, Penn State at the Penn State 26. Fake was to Gooman. This is the tight end Scoville, and a Penn State first down at the Penn State 36-yard line. Tate seems to have that same confidence, the same good touch he has had the last few weeks.
Seems that he's arrived. A little play action. Watch Scoville come left to right across the field. He clears the linebacker. All right, beautifully delivered ball. And Dale Tate definitely the last couple of games has been a big league quarterback.
Wide to the left will be Donovan, 19. Hettinger, number 22. First down, Penn State at the Penn State 36. This is Gooman. 3 yards to the 39-yard line. Penn State's offensive line. Pete Kugler, 57. Sean Farrell, 62. Bob Jaggers is starting at center, number 58. Mike Munchak, number 78 at right guard. Herb Pankey, number 70 at a tackle. The tight end will be Scoville at times, Cobb at times, McCluskey at times. Right now, 2 tight ends. Cobb on the right, Scoville on the left. 2nd and 7. There goes Matsui to the 39-yard line of Miami, where David Jefferson, the strong safety, saved a touchdown.
Penn State operating for a 2 tight end offense, trying to run the ball. A fullback off tackle play. Goulman comes up, throws a good block. He's off and running, and a great heel tackle by Jefferson prevented the touchdown.
Short gain this time to about the 35-yard line. As Suey again carries. Now let's set this Miami defense for you. Up front, number 90, Tim Flanagan. Number 73, Lester Williams. In the middle, the much publicized number 83, Jim Burt. Bob Nelson, number 91. And Greg Zapata, a freshman from Pittsburgh, number 65, the front 5 of Miami. 2nd and 6, Penn State. This is Goulman. First down to the Miami 28-yard line.
That time, Ray, they faked the ball up inside. Yeah, this is beautifully executed. They faked the Suey up inside, crossbuck action to Goulman. The right guard pulls. Now, this is the Mike Goulman of old, a great young-looking running back we saw a couple of years ago.
It's a first down for Penn State at the Miami 28-yard line. 8 minutes to play first quarter. Miami leading 10-0. There goes Goulman again. This time he bowls his way for 4 yards to the 23-yard line between the 23 and 24 of Miami. Miami's linebackers are Scott Nicholas, number 66, Danny Brown, number 41, a sophomore and a freshman. The defensive backs are Fred Marion, 31, Dave Jefferson, 30, Mark Smith, number 11, and Gene Coleman, number 25. 2nd and 6, Penn State at the Miami 24. Long count. This is Suey. This time he gets at most a yard. And Penn State will be faced with a 3rd and 5 at the Miami 23, where the sophomore from Clearwater, Scott Nicholas, made the tackle. We want to remind you that announcers on this telecast are contracted and paid for by Total Communication Systems. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the accounts of this game without the express written consent of Total Communication Systems is prohibited. A key 3rd and 5 for Penn State at the Miami 23. 2 wide receivers to the left.
Got room.
Tate has a first down at the 15-yard line.
Here's where Dale Tate has really developed over the last few weeks. Comes out to 2 wide receivers, no receiver open. Puts the ball away, takes it, and runs for the first down.
A key block was delivered by Matsui. It's a first down for Penn State at the Miami 16-yard line. 6.5 minutes remaining first quarter, 10-0 Miami. Here goes Goulman. Whoa, that hole closed in a hurry at the 12 after a gain of about 3.
Well, Ray, right now Penn State's operating solely with 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Now, when they do that, the Miami defense is pinching off everything to the inside. They're daring them to throw the ball a little bit right now.
Mike McCluskey, the freshman from Philadelphia, brings in a play now. And Scott Hedinger, number 22, a wide receiver, goes out. Penn State brings in a senior, or rather Miami brings in a senior linebacker, Herb Jackson. This is a 2nd and 7 play. In the end zone is Scoville. He's over the end line. Tate under a heavy rush from Tim Flanagan for 1. Overthrows, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, Penn State saw this. They went to the pass. They faked the ball to Suey. He gets a little bit of a pressure from the rush and rolls out to his right. Now, Scoville was there. Again, the wind was a factor. Took the ball and it blew it past Scoville's hands.
3rd down 7 at the Miami 13-yard line. The incomplete pass stopped the clock with 5:47 to play first quarter. Tom Donovan is out wide to the right. Again, 2 tight ends. Goulman.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Mike Goulman has to be one of the most versatile football players in these United States.
Well, it makes me very happy. This time, Joe Paterno outsmarts the Miami defensive strategy. Let's take a look here on the replay. It's a third down. It's a passing situation. They're going to go for the field goal. They run a draw play, and Goulman took it in for the big 6.
Donovan will hold as Menhart will try for Penn State's point number 7.
Flag down.
We'll have an explanation here in a split second or so. Offside, Penn State. I'll have to do it again.
You know, Ray, one interesting statistic that I've noticed today, I'm not a big guy for stats except the winning score, but in the last 4 games, Penn State, prior to that, could only make 25% of the third down conversions. The last couple of weeks, they're close up to about 45%. That's a big key difference because that allows you to put drives together.
Blue offsides. Left tackle for the Blues, says referee Tom Thammert, was offside. So now an extra point try, which in effect will be the same as a 25-yard field goal. But it's on target again. So with 5:43 left to play in the first quarter, Penn State is on the board. The score, Miami 10, Penn State 7. This is Joyner at the 6. He has blazing speed. But it gets him only to about the 16-yard line. I thought he was going to come outside there for an instant, George.
I did, too. I think he had a little room, too. They have an awful lot of speed in the key skill positions. Joyner. All right, passing situation. Joe Paterno outsmarts Miami here, goes to the run and play. Goulman takes it up inside, gets a good block from Suey and Munchak, takes it in for a big 6.
That was the Penn State touchdown of a moment ago. 1st and 10 Miami at the Miami 21-yard line. Freshman Kelly. This is a screen out to Joyner. Gets a good block. He has a first down, and he has to be chased out of bounds by linebacker Lance Mel. A quick one-man screen, and it was very well executed.
This is what we call a one-man screen. They pull number 53, I believe, Kanai. He's out in front. Now Donaldson gets caught in the inside. Donaldson's responsibility is to force that play back to the inside where he's got some help, and they make a nice gain at it.
How about those for statistics? Kelly is 7 of 7 for over 100 yards already. First down Miami at the Miami 39. A very sophisticated passing offense we have seen so far. This is a draw. Roan coming outside. Good speed. And a pretty good gain. Almost a first down. About an 8-yard run before Tom Wise gets number 46, Lorenzo Roan, a sophomore from Miami, out of bounds.
Ray, they put Kelly in last week in the last quarter against Syracuse, and he hit 6 out of 10, I believe, in the last quarter. He's just picking up. They have excellent speed. Now, Rowan's got 4.5 speed, which he showed that particular time.
Gain of 8, 2nd and 2 at the Miami 47. 5 minutes to play first quarter. Miami leading 10-7. Hobbs the fullback. Roan the left halfback. Right through the hands of Andy Barada, the freshman tight end from Philadelphia, number 84, and it'll be 3rd and 2.
Penn State defensively, again, is doing similar to what they've done in the previous games. They play a little soft. That means they're not coming tough. Wait and see if they can control the line of scrimmage. But as he completes passes, you're going to see the blitzes coming.
Larry Brodsky brought in the play. He is a wide receiver to the right. Pat Walker is wide to the left. So far, he's been just a decoy. Pat Walker. 3rd and 2. And, oh, this is Kelly for a first down. Smart play, smart call to the Penn State 46.
Well, they must have picked that off the scouting report, the films. It's just a simple quarterback sneak. Look at a hole over the center. Now, Bailey comes up, picks off the linebacker, Griffith. This is smart football. They give you that big hole over the center, short yardage for first down, take it.
Head coach of Miami, Howard Schnellenberger, has a brilliant football background. He had a lot to do with that great Miami Dolphin offense of a couple of years back.
The offensive coordinator, right?
first down. And this time, nowhere to go. Donaldson was blitzing, just as you suggested the Penn State might be, along with Larry Kubin, and a huge loss of about, well, they're going to rule that he was hit at the 45-yard line of Miami, loss of 10.
I don't believe anybody can stop Penn State when they want to come. Now, they come, here comes Jones, takes an inside a path. Kubin comes from the outside. They put an awful lot of pressure on the passer. Rather than do that once in a while, we'll mix it up and just sit back and let a quarterback throw the ball, find those open spots in his zone.
Incidentally, I said Donaldson. That was number 52, Steve Griffiths, who was there along with Kubin. Now it's 2nd and 20. Now, Kelly must throw into the wind here, and it's pretty strong. Here comes Wisniewski, a screen pass, and waiting for it all the way was Lance Mel. Good play by Valero Ohio's number 56, Lance Mel.
Well, he did a fine job, and Wisniewski was there too, but the coach, Schnellenberger, is yelling at the official to get out of the way because he held Penn State there. He was not in a good position.
The play gained at most a yard. It's 3rd and 19 at the Miami 46-yard line. Weatherman told us that the sun would be in and out all day today, and that's what it's been so far. A bit of sunshine, then the cloud cover takes over, and a little bit of indecision here in the part of Miami, and Miami has to ask for a timeout. One of their 3 allotted here in the first half, and it comes with 2:57 left to play in the first quarter. And the ball has been on the move, George.
Well, they're facing their first punting situation. I think they're trying to kind of come up with a big play. Again, they might go to that reverse I mentioned before to Joyner because they don't want to kick into the wind and give Penn State good field position.
Penn State and Miami are meeting today for the 6th time. The Lions have won 4, lost once. The series started back in 1961. The last time the two teams met, Penn State was a winner by a score of 49-7. Miami will have a 3rd down and 19 at the Miami 46-yard line, thanks to a sack of the quarterback by Griffiths and Kubin, and then an excellent defensive effort by Lance Mel plus one of the officials that limited an attempted screen pass to just a gain of a yard. Jim Kelly, a surprise starter for Miami instead of the sophomore Mike Rodrigue. Wide right will go Joyner. To the near side, Pat Walker, the junior from Auburndale, leading receiver in the country, over 27 yards per catch for Miami's number 27. Here comes a blitz. Mel, he had to put it up for a prayer, and oh my goodness, a near miraculous catch by Pat Walker, and Kelly did a super job of never getting rid of that ball, George.
Well, there was a blitz that meant man-to-man coverage, single coverage on Walker. Kelly, who's a legend around here, is a Pennsylvania boy, got that ball up in the face of a tremendous rush, and Miami almost had a great reception.
Greg LaBelle, who punts for a little better than 35 yards per punt, will be punting to Terry Rakowski. But Penn State has 10 men up near the line, either on the line or right near. This punt will be into the wind. The Penn State 25, and a bounce for Penn State, and it'll be down right at the 25.
This is why Walker is the leading receiver in the country. His quarterback is blitzed by Mel, lays it up there, turns on his blazing speed. Urquhart's got his back turned. Almost a great reception. Look at that concentration.
So Penn State, trailing 10-7 with 2:43 left to play in the first quarter, will start from the Penn State 26-yard line. Donovan is wide right. Again, Penn State going with a double tight end offense. Fake to Suey. All alone is Donovan. First down. Penalty flag down at the Penn State 34-yard line. Let's see what we have.
I tell you, for the life of me, I don't know what that flag's about. Nobody touched Donovan. It was a perfectly thrown ball on a first down play action.
Penn State had an illegal receiver downfield. So conceivably, some linemen advanced beyond the allowable distance.
The only thing I could possibly conclude is that Donovan was not a yard off the line of scrimmage with this two tight end offense, when sometimes he's a flanker, sometimes he's a split end, and they called him as the inside tight end receiver. as an illegal receiver.
Whatever, it will cost Penn State a gain of about 13 and a first down. The ball goes all the way back to the 13-yard line. Here's the referee now.
First down. 91 was covered. 94.
Unfortunately, the microphone wasn't working very well.
He did. He called it on McCloskey, the tight end. That means I was right that the flanker back must have been up in the line of scrimmage, and they called it, concluded the tight end was as attacked.
15-yard penalty against Penn State means it's 1st and 25 now. And Suey gets a couple of those yards back out to about the 15-yard line. So it will be 2nd and about 21 now. Now let's see how many yards Matt Suey needed coming into this game to move to the number 2 spot in the all-time rushing list. He was trailing John Cappelletti by 151 yards, according to my statistics, coming into today's game to move to number 2 on the all-time Penn State rushing list. 2nd and 20. Mike Blumen makes his cut. He gets it out close to the 25-yard line.
That's the first time today we've seen the 2 tight ends. Now, McCloskey, a tight end, was lined up as a wingback behind the other tight end, Scoville, and they ran the ball to the short side of the field because Miami is defending the wide side of the field with their strong safety, or Rover Jefferson.
Donovan comes wide right. Penn State has a 3rd and 12 at the Penn State 24. Just a minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. This is Suey. And Suey goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line. He'll be a little bit short of a first down, about 3 yards short of a first down.
Well, right. Let's see if we can look at this. Watch Farrell, 62, Munchak, 78. Now, they slide out to the left. The play was there. They don't look to the inside. Watch the 2 Miami people come from the inside. Munchak and Farrell ran right by them, and that play would have gone much farther.
Giacomo to punt. With a following wind as he hit this one. Oh, my goodness. Fumbled inside the 15 by Marion, and he'll be hit out of bounds inside the 20. Ooh, Giacomo had been averaging 40 yards a punt.
And
but he aided his average that time.
Ray, and another key statistic, Giacomo, aside from the 40-yard average, has kicked 11 balls out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
Miami must start from the Miami 18-yard line. Now, Miami will be working into the wind for another 1 minute and 10 seconds. Pat Walker is to the right. Joyner is to the left. They're playing Walker very tight at the line of scrimmage. This is the freshman Kelly. And Joyner can't hold on at the 23-yard line. But Kelly has been on target with every pass.
Every pass. Very poised. I mean, as I said before, he's a legend in Pennsylvania. I think he's a high school athlete, accumulated over 4,500-something yards. And he got into the last week's game against Syracuse in the last quarter. He was superb, and he's superb today.
75,332 estimated attendance today, although over 77,500 purchased tickets. Miami of Florida, 2nd and 10 at the Hurricane 18-yard line. Big rush. And a good play by Wise, keeping that ball away from Joyner. Giuseppe Harris was coming over to help out. But again, Kelly was right on target.
Well, what they're trying to do right now, on passing situations, Penn State's going to what we call 2 free safeties, which is double 2 safety men to take care of the whole side of the field. The corner men come up, play the short zone. So they're trying to hit their receivers, Joyner and Walker, in that vacancy behind the cornerback and in front of the safety up the sidelines. And Kelly's been getting the ball there every time.
3rd and 10 Miami at the Miami 18. Walker again over to the right, being played very tight at the line of scrimmage, and Joyner is to the left.
Big play.
Over the middle, and Walker can't hold on. So it's going to be 4th down as Kelly misfires 3 times in a row, but not really the quarterback's fault.
Well, actually, what he saw, that was a wise move on his part, because when Walker was originally broke his pattern, there was coverage. He pulled up his arm, held off, and then tried again later, and the ball was a little overthrown.
LaBelle punting into a strong wind. Rakowski stands at midfield. Penn State now has almost a full minute of a following wind. Giuseppe Harris put on a good rush. Fair catch. Rakowski runs away from it, and it'll be down at the around midfield. Now, did he touch it? The Miami player said yes.
He did not touch it, but I like to comment on that. I thought Schnellenberger was going to run out the clock, let it go a little bit so he wouldn't have to kick into that wind and give Penn State that terrific field position.
As it stands now, Penn State has 44 seconds to take advantage of whatever advantage there is to a following wind. Donovan comes out to the right, and he draws Gene Coleman, number 25, the defensive cornerback on this side. There goes Suey for 4 yards to the Miami 45-yard line. McCluskey was in on that last series, the freshman tight end from Philadelphia, along with Scoville, but they're both on the same side. McCluskey is lining up in the backfield as a wingback on the left.
Because watch where number 30 Jefferson is. He's their rover man. He's to the wide side of the field.
Oh, Gilman is met after a short gain to the Miami 43-yard line. And Penn State's going to have a third and almost 5. But that is the end of the first quarter with the score. Miami 10, Penn State 7. We'll be back right after this. Ball brought into play, hence the brief delay. Watch Giacomo operate into the wind. Inside the 20, down near the 10. Looked like he kicked a knuckler, sort of an end-over-end sort of a ball that he knew would get a good roll.
Well, what he's trying to do with the wind in his face, he's trying to keep the ball a little lower so it won't get too high and get blown back in his face, and he got an end-over-end kick. It was perfect. And there again, as I said before, he has kicked 11 balls out of bounds or blown dead inside the 20-yard line, and Miami's in a tough position on the 9-yard line right now.
Now let's see what Jim Kelly, the freshman quarterback, the surprise starter, does with the following wind. We have seen what he can do into the wind. His running backs are Rome 46 and Hobbs 33. Kelly is going deep for Walker. Urquhart breaks it down. A penalty flag at the Penn State 43. Now, don't forget, this could be either offensive or defensive
interference.
It's a late
flag. I think he called against Urquhart for face guarding.
Well, judge for yourself.
They got a double coverage on him. Now, it's a real good fake of the draw play to Hobbs. Urquhart's running stride for stride in pretty good position. Again, the ball is well thrown. Turns his back, goes up for free ball. I mean, you make your own guess on that one.
Whatever, it's called against Penn State. First down Miami at the Penn State 44-yard line. A pass interference penalty against Penn State has given Miami of Florida a first down at the Penn State 44-yard line, getting Miami out of a deep hole at the Miami 10. Kelly on the option. And a couple of very tough yards for the freshman from East Brady. It'll be second down and 8, and Greg Jones stopped the play.
I'd like to see Penn State loosen up the safety, the corner on the side of Walker, because right now Miami has no threatening running game. And if they're going to beat Penn State, they're going to beat it through the air, and they're going to beat it with this super receiver, and you better give them a lot of room.
Walker, that super receiver, is off to the left. Wide right is Larry Brodsky, number 43. Second down, 8. Rush by Kubin. The pass is for Brodsky. And he has it at the 3-yard line, the 2-yard line. This is some kind of a passing attack that Miami has mounted.
All right, this time they go away. They go away from Walker to Brodsky. A great, perfectly thrown ball. Wise lets him get a stride on him. The ball comes over the receiver's outside shoulder. Almost impossible to stop if a receiver can get that far ahead of the defensive back. Cuban puts a little pressure on him. Just quite not enough, because the ball is there. Penn State's in big trouble.
First and goal, Miami at the Penn State 2-yard line. Roan carries to the 2. I'll tell you, something very interesting is going on. Number 27, Pat Walker, and number 49, Tom Wise. Pat Walker has been doing nothing but talk to Wise. And tempers are getting very frayed. That last play, no gain. It'll be second and goal.
Well, you know, the pass interference call like that's going to get the secondary aroused. There's no doubt about it, because that's, you know, it's the same as a completed pass. You move 50 yards down at the scoring position, and it takes some pressure off the quarterback. It puts the pressure on the secondary.
Joyner is wide left. Walker is out of the game. This is second and goal. Fumble!
Penn State's got it. Yep.
Oh, my. Back at the 8-yard line, the quarterback, Kelly, fell on that fumble. It is third and goal, but now the ball is out at the Penn State 7-yard line.
Again, that time Penn State came hard, put the pressure on, and they got in at will.
Giuseppe Harris was out of the game for one play, replaced by Grover Edwards. Now Harris is back in. Third and goal, Miami at the Penn State 7. Just over 12 minutes to play first half. Miami leading 10-7. Brodsky is wide left, the young man who caught the pass that set up the scoring threat.
Too much time.
Penalty flag. Bruce Clark got into it with one of the Miami linemen. The penalty is against Miami.
The penalty is against Miami. 5 yards for a delay of game.
Delay of game. The ball comes out to the 12, and it's third and goal at the 12-yard line.
All right, they're bringing Walker back in here.
Miami of Florida has just been penalized 5 yards for delay of game. It is now third and goal for the Hurricane at the Penn State 12-yard line. Brodsky left, Walker to the right. Here comes Clark. A screen pass to Roan, and a fine play by Steve Griffiths. Bruce Clark and Steve Griffiths made that play.
Well, perfect defensive play. Bruce Clark comes up the middle, puts the pressure. It's a screen pass. Penn State anticipates it. Griffiths is in perfect position. But anytime Penn State wants to come, they can get in there. Different angle. Walker tries to drive 2 people off. Here's the screen out here to Roan. Well done.
Now for Miami, Dan Miller, out of a LaBelle hold, will attempt a 36-yard field goal. The kick has the distance, and it is good. So Miami now 2 of 2 in field goal tries and a 6-point lead. The score, Miami of Florida 13, Penn State 7. I'm Ray Scott, speaking to you for the TCS Satellite Network. I'm honored to be able to share with you the action-packed sports programming offered through the TCS Satellite Network. I'm delighted that you're with us today, and I hope you're enjoying today's event. After all, that's what really is important. And we're interested in what your thoughts are. Drop us a line. Write TCS Satellite Network, 890 Constitution Boulevard, New Kensington, Pennsylvania, 15068. We'll be waiting to hear from you. Surprising Miami of Florida, a winner of just 2 games this season, going with a freshman at quarterback, Jim Kelly, has a surprising 13-7 lead over Penn State. Jeff Davis about to kick off to Tom Donovan and Jerry Rakowski. This is Rakowski at the goal line. 20, 24-yard line.
Harry Rakowski on the return.
Well, Miami had a great opportunity to move into a 10-point lead with a first and goal at the Penn State 2, but a stout defense and a delay of game penalty, and Miami had to go for 3, which they promptly converted. And that's the situation as Penn State trails by 6 with 11:01 to play in the first half. Donovan is wide right. Dale Tate throwing into a rather strong wind of about 15 miles per hour. Suey gets only a couple of yards out across the 25. Their middle guard, Jim Burt, number 83, a junior from Orchard Park, New York, makes the tackle.
He's been causing all the problems so far as Penn State's concerned. He's big and he's strong. You don't double team him. It's pretty tough to single block him. But Miami's jumping their defense around a little bit. I think Penn State, if they guess right, could break along.
Second down 8 at the Penn State 26. Suey gets just a couple of yards again this time, and it's going to be third and long yardage. Mark Smith came out of the secondary, number 11, a junior from Merritt Island, Florida. And Scott Hedinger brings in the play with third down and 7.
Well, they're playing him very tight, and as well as Tate has done so far the last couple of games, Miami's still saying, let's see you throw the ball.
Donovan to the right and Hedinger to the right. One tight end. First down catch.
Who else?
Tom Donovan at the 38-yard line. Beautifully thrown because Gene Coleman had good coverage on Donovan.
Well, anytime you can complete a pass on third and passing downs. This is perfect execution. The ball's drilled right in there. Donovan comes back to the ball once again. He's a super receiver. Penn State's going to have to throw a little bit more on first and second downs.
First down at the Penn State 37-yard line. Donovan goes to the short side of the field this time, and again Penn State goes with 2 tight ends. Suey. And a good gain on first down, out well beyond the 40 to around the 43-yard line.
Ray, I'd like to point out once again the reason why the fans are seeing Penn State run so many plays to the short side of the field when they're on the hash mark is that Miami is defensing the wide side of the field, which is pretty good basic football. But when they do that, they're still doubling Donovan to the short side of the field. You should be able to get the ball to the tight end, the one on the wide side of the field.
Second down 4 after Suey's gain of 6. 9 minutes remaining first half. 13-7, Miami leading. Mike Gilman. And it looks like enough for a first down out beyond the Penn State 47-yard line.
Bob Nelson on the tackle.
Watch by Romana and a little come-around technique by Munchak. It's a draw play. I think Mike got the first down.
They're going to measure, but it appears from our vantage point that Penn State did pick up the first down. Yes, by almost a yard, in fact, beyond the 47-yard line. Jim Romano is the center now, number 53, replacing Bob Jaggers, who started. The guards are Sean Farrell, 62, and Mike Munchak, 78. The tackles are Pete Kugler, 57, and Irv Pankey, number 70. Scoville and Cobb, along with McCluskey, have been the tight ends. Right now, they're going with the double tight ends. Only Donovan is a wide receiver. And this is the tight end on the right side this time, Brad Scoville, who takes that little pass into Miami territory for a gain of 7.
But this is Scoville coming from the wide side of the field. The tight end lined up on the hash mark, left to right. Fake of the off tackle, Tate rolls to his right, and they get a good piece of yardage out of that.
The gain, 7 yards. Second down 3 at the Miami 46. Gilman wrapped up after getting a little more than a yard to the 45-yard line. And Penn State will have a 3rd and 2. That was Bob Nelson, a sophomore tackle from Baltimore, Maryland, number 91, who made a very good play for Miami.
Miami's cornerbacks are playing about 5 yards off. You can't let them get that tight. They have an excellent secondary. As I said before, they've only given up 2 touchdown passes this year. But you got to have to try to get the ball deep to get them off a little bit.
3rd and 2. This is Suey picking his way, and he gets a first down at the Miami 42 with that familiar second effort.
That's just good running. The hole was closed up. He slid off to the outside, turned it up, got his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, and drove for the first down.
First down, Penn State at the Miami 42-yard line. Just over 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Both Hettinger and Donovan come out wide to the left. Yard line.
On the tackle.
Watch by Romana, and a little come-around technique by Munchak. It's a draw play. I think Mike got the first down.
They're going to measure, but it appears from our vantage point that Penn State did pick up the first down. Yes, by almost a yard, in fact, beyond the 47-yard line. Jim Romano is the center now, number 53, replacing Bob Jaggers, who started. The guards are Sean Farrell, 62, and Mike Munchak, 78. The tackles are Pete Kugler, 57, and Irv Pankey, number 70. Scoville and Cobb, along with McCluskey, have been the tight ends. Right now, they're going with the double tight ends. Only Donovan is a wide receiver. This is the tight end on the right side this time, Brad Scoville, who takes that little pass into Miami territory for a gain of 7.
But this is Scoville coming from the wide side of the field. The tight end lined up on the hash mark, left to right, fake of the off tackle, Tate Rolster's right, and they get a good piece of yardage out of that.
The gain, 7 yards. Second down, 3 at the Miami 46. Gilman wrapped up after getting a little more than a yard to the 45-yard line. And Penn State will have a 3rd and 2. That was Bob Nelson, a sophomore tackle from Baltimore, Maryland, number 91, who made a very good play for Miami.
Miami's cornerbacks are playing about 5 yards off. You can't let them get that tight. They have an excellent secondary. As I said before, they've only given up 2 touchdown passes this year. But you got to have to try to get the ball deep to get them off a little bit.
3rd and 2. This is Suey picking his way, and he gets a first down at the Miami 42 with that familiar second effort.
That's just good running. The hole was closed up. He slid off to the outside, turned it up, got his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, and drove for the first down.
First down, Penn State at the Miami 42-yard line. Just over 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Both Hettinger and Donovan come out wide to the left. Formation this time. Here goes Gooman to the short side. Finds a little crack. And he's down to the 32-yard line.
That's what I meant before when I said Miami is jumping their defenses and Penn State guesses right. They might get a big one. They almost had it that time. Miami over-defensed the wide side of the field and the 2 wide receivers. All right, short side pitch. Look at that seam, almost breaks it. Number 31, Marion, stops the play from going all the way.
Mike Gooman, who has scored the Penn State touchdown, is off to a big afternoon. It's a first down now at the Miami 32-yard line. There goes Suey. And Mack is inside the 25-yard line. Now a substitution will be made in the secondary. Junior Mark Smith, number 11, who has been playing, will come into the defensive backfield and replace a freshman, Jim Boone, out of Miami. Of the first 44 players scheduled to play today for Miami, offense and defense, only 3 are seniors. Penn State has a 2nd down and 3 at the Miami 25.
Good passing situation.
Gooman, a super play. Is that Smith that got his arm out? The defender is down. The player who made that tackle.
What they did, you're right, it was Smith. They brought him in as a cornerback, lined up to the short side of the field, and they told him to blitz from the outside. They anticipated that play. But it was a good passing situation because you had 2 downs to come back if you didn't hit a long pass and make 3 yards for the first down. When they put 2 wide receivers to the wide side of the field, they're getting one-on-one coverage. They're 5 yards off them, right up in their face, and I think they can get deep.
The play lost 1.5 yards, so Penn State is going to have a 3rd and almost 5 when play resumes, but Mark Smith is now receiving attention out on the field. 6 minutes, 9 seconds left to play in the first half. And Danny Brown, another of the host of freshmen in this Miami squad, number 41, a freshman from Pensacola, will be in. And fortunately, Mark Smith is able to walk off the field.
Now that was a defensive halfback coming on a blitz, so you realize how close to the line of scrimmage he is to get that much penetration to neutralize the ball carrier in the backfield. And you got to get those people off. You cannot let cornerbacks play that tight.
Michigan 17, Wisconsin.
3rd down, almost 5. The ball now at the Miami 27-yard line. Miami is leading 13-7. Led at one time 10-0. Now Penn State goes with 2 wide receivers now and just the 1 tight end.
As you can see, it's single coverage.
Mike Gooman gets only a couple of yards, and Penn State will have a 4th down and about 2.
What do you think they'll do? You think they'll try to field goal into the wind?
No, I think they'll run.
I hope he runs, Joe. Run it. That wind is too tough.
McCluskey comes in. Hedinger goes out. McCluskey brings in the play selection. 4th down, a little more than 2 yards to go, with the ball just inside the Miami 25. 1 wide receiver, Donovan to the right. This is Suey.
He's got it.
Oh, yes. He has a 1st down inside the 20-yard line.
Tom Donovan threw a great block from his...
And one of the Penn State players is down.
All right, this is a pitch sweep, split backfield. They showed an offensive formation, a quick pitch. Kugler does a nice job pulling out, blocking the number 30, and Matt turns it upfield for a big 1st down.
That was Tom Donovan, who was injured in making that block.
Well, he made a great
receiving attention.
He made a great block. He kept the cornerback from coming up and stopping Suey from making the 1st down.
So when play resumes, it will be 1st down, Penn State at the Miami 20.
Union Board and the Keystone Society are presenting a disco dance at the Hut Ballroom at 8:30 p.m.
The score,
12:30 a.m.
Miami 13, Penn State threatening with 7. Ray Scott here for the Penn State TV network. We've expanded this year so that we may bring the excitement of Penn State football into your homes. In support of this expansion, we ask for your help by joining our support club. With your membership, we'll send you one of these classic items of your choice: a Penn State sun visor, a tassel cap, a serving tray, or a Joe Paterno LP album. For your membership card, just send $11 to the Penn State TV network, 890 Constitution Boulevard, New Kensington, Pennsylvania, 15068. Gooman running with tremendous authority, shifted to tailback this week. He has been a flanker most of this season.
This is what we call a cross-buck action. Watch the fake to Suey up the middle. They pull a guard. Gooman makes a super cut, gets a good down block from the whole left side of the line. He's running well.
Gain that time, 6 yards, 2nd and 4 at the Miami 14. Gooman is met behind the line of scrimmage on a fine defensive play.
That's Flanagan, Ray.
Tim Flanagan, a freshman from Woodbridge, Virginia.
See, when you get down there tight, Penn State's continuing to run the ball. Miami's just getting tighter and tighter, pinching everybody in, taking all the gaps, all the running room away.
3rd down, 6. Just 4 minutes to play in the first half. Hedinger sprints out wide to the left. This is wide open. Oh, no! Scoville can't quite get to it. It's going to be 4th down. And Penn State will go for a tying field goal with 3:51 left in the first half, but that play's worth looking at again.
All right, they fake the draw play, and the tight end does a slight delay. He goes out, runs a little bit of a flag pattern. You can't get any wider open than that, and the ball's simply overthrown. Has to do it a little bit more.
This will be a 32-yard field goal into a 15-mile-an-hour wind. Now, the regular holder, Donovan, is not there. This is Hedinger. But it's good. Or was that Hedinger holding? I hope I identified, or Mike Gooman. Franco kicks off into the wind. Low kick. It's grabbed by one of the up men. He sort of crawls out to the 30-yard line. For Miami, that was a reserve defensive halfback, Jim Boone, who fielded the ball. So Miami with this very potent passing attack.
I'm just amazed at the accuracy of Kelly so far. I'm just wondering if he can keep it up.
Well, the last time Miami had the ball, he missed fire on about 3 passes in a row, but every one of them was just about on target. Joyner is wide to the left. Walker lines up tight to the right. Now, he's a wide receiver, but he's lined up as if he were a tight end. False move by someone on the left side of that Miami line.
Number 59.
Art Kehoe, and it's going to cost Miami some yardage.
Well, they definitely got something up their sleeve, Ray. Walker was lined up as a tight end, hoping to get a single coverage on him and hit one big play, run him right up the middle.
Last week, we talked a little bit about some of the members of Joe Paterno's staff, and this week we'd like to continue that, what we believe, very worthy enterprise. Booker Brooks, for example. His 8th year as an assistant football coach. He was 3 seasons a graduate student prior to that, and he's in charge of Penn State's receivers, and we don't need to tell you what a great job he has done with that receiving corps. 5-yard penalty. Illegal procedure against Miami. 1st and 15 at the Miami 25-yard line.
Watch Walker's the tight end.
Off target this time, and the reason was very good. Rush by Wisniewski and Kubin. It'll be 2nd and 15, and Kelly comes up limping slightly.
Well, what happened also, that time Gladys got smart. He realized that Walker was lined up tight as a tight end. He anticipated something like a deep pass, and they double covered him, and even if the ball was thrown, you might have had an interception. But the heat, the only way you're going to stop Kelly is to put a lot of heat on.
2nd and 15 at the Miami 25. 3:37 remaining, first half. Walker is split left this time, and Joyner is wide to the right. Now's Bruce Clark and Gene Gladys.
Ray, usually when 2 people go off, it's the offense. Now, I think 74, Grady made a move.
Officials conferring. Illegal procedure. Miami, another 5-yard penalty. Miami could wind up in deep trouble here unless they come up with a big gainer.
Well, Penn State could get the ball in excellent field position.
Miami has been penalized twice in a row.
74. Offense. 2nd down.
The false move was made by the left tackle, number 74, sophomore Steve Grady. It is now 2nd and 20 at the Miami 20-yard line. Hobbs and Rome, the running backs. This is Hobbs on a draw. Good gain to the 30-yard line. before Steve Griffiths made the tackle, and Miami will have a 3rd down and 20, or 3rd down and 10 after a gain of 10.
Penn State anticipates pass, only rushes 3 people. They run a draw play, got a little too much room. Rowan, number 46, the other back, puts a good block on Griffith, and they only have 10 to go for the 1st down.
Clock running, less than 3 minutes now remaining in the 1st half. Miami leading 13 to 10. Penalty flag is thrown as Kelly looks for a receiver. Incomplete. And again, a good rush on Kelly. But we had a penalty flag thrown as that play developed.
I think we got a little holding.
Holding by Miami. Now Penn State has the option. They can either take the ball right now or accept a 15-yard holding penalty. Lance Mell chatting with referee Tom Thammert.
The penalty is against Miami. Holding.
Even in double coverage, Walker gets open. Wise is letting him get just too far behind him at this position in the 2nd half of the game. He's waving. He thought he was open. He's saying, hey, Kelly, give me that ball.
Penn State declines the penalty. LaBelle will punt with the following win. Suey is back. And I would imagine Terry Rakowski is the other. Yes.
They want a good punt return here to get field position, even to get 3 points before the end of the 1st half.
Suey juggles it, gets away from one man.
Can he get around the corner?
He's at the 30. Oh, he slipped out of bounds at the Penn State 32-yard line, or that one could have gone a long way.
Oh, my lordy. Individual effort by Matt Suey. Now, when he juggled the ball, the Miami's team came to the inside, enabling him to get outside. I said before, he's got more speed than people think. Right here, he slips and kicks his right foot out on the sidelines, and still a good return.
Joel Coles came onto the field. He was going to do some running today from tailback, but he immediately went off the field. And Mike Mead and Matt Suey are now the 2 running backs. Mike Mead gets about 2 or 3 grudging yards out to the Penn State 35-yard line. Of course, Penn State must now be aware of the clock. Just over 2 minutes to play in the 1st half, and down by 3 to a very surprising Miami of Florida team.
Well, you know, you always like 6, but you're thinking 3, really, you know, to be practical about it. They like to get close enough to put 3 more points up on the board, and they have plenty of time to do it.
Tracy Hall, number 41, is wide left in place of the injured Tom Donovan. This is Mike Mead, and he gets absolutely nowhere. So Miami is very definitely shutting off a lot of Penn State's running ability right now. That defensive play was led by freshman Greg Zapala from Pittsburgh and David Jefferson, a sophomore defensive back from Hialeah, Florida. 3rd down and 9 at the Penn State 33. Hettinger goes right. Hall comes left. Mead lines up as the tailback. Suey the fullback. 3rd and 9. Oh, what a super catch at the 47-yard line.
Tight end over the middle.
Tight end Brad Scoville.
Well, this is what Miami's giving him. The tight end over the middle. He gets excellent protection, straight drop back action. Scoville goes down, does about a 12-yard curl for the 1st down. And they're running. Watch Scoville get an inside release, gets hit by the linebacker, turns, comes back to the ball, wants to get that 1st down.
New tailback, Joel Coles, number 20. Oh, somebody got an arm out, and there's a gain of just 1 yard. Now only about a minute remains in the half.
Well, I'm interested to know what's wrong with Mike Gilman, because right now Penn State's running Joel Coles, a converted defensive back to offense, and Mike Mead, a fullback, and he's out of position, and that's dangerous.
Here comes Gooman right now to answer your question.
Okay.
He's okay. Now,
you make me feel better, Mike.
Now, Penn State has asked for a timeout to stop the clock with 1:07 to play in the 1st half, and Miami leading by 3 after leading at one time 10-0. But this is, golly, a good-looking squad of underclassmen. Howard Schnellenberger has only 3 seniors amongst his top 44 players here today.
They're a very well-coached team. You know, they're taking advantage of whatever Penn State, you know, has shown on them in the scouting report. And they're saying, okay, look, you got a super running game. Your quarterback's had 2 good games in a row. Let's see if you can have 3. And they're really crowding the Penn State receivers. And I'm sure in the second half you're going to see Penn State open up their passing game.
Right now, Penn State is faced with a 2nd and 10 at the Penn State 47. 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining in the half. Suey, the fullback, 32. Mike Gooman will be the tailback, number 24. Tom Donovan is out of the game right now, sustained a leg injury and throwing a big block for Matt Suey. Tracy Hall and Scott Hedinger have been the wide receivers. Hedinger will go out to the right, number 22. Tracy Hall, number 41, is wide to the left. A 2nd and 10 play. Tate elects to run. Good move. And he has a first down.
That was a beautiful move he put on that defensive play. He's showing more speed than people think also. That was a beautiful run.
To the Miami 41.5-yard line, and it only took 9 seconds.
All right, can't find a receiver. This is what he's doing much better now. He takes off with the ball, doesn't make any dumb mistakes, runs to the sidelines and gets the ball out of bounds.
First down at the Miami 41. Hedinger is off to the wide side, the right. This is Gooman. Gets 1 block, cuts inside another. The hole closes after a gain of about 4. Now Penn State has 2 timeouts left.
And I believe they just took one.
So 1 timeout now remaining. 49 seconds will be remaining in the half. It'll be a 2nd down and 7 at the Miami 37 or 38-yard line, and that was middle linebacker Jim Burt who made the tackle.
Ray, the man to throw to right now is the tight end, either up the middle or crossing. Could get him close enough for at least a field goal.
Tony Chickalo, a freshman nose guard from Miami, will replace Jim Burt, who sustained a slight injury on that play. And my goodness, from Miami's point of view, that's the one defensive player they can least afford to lose. Jim Burt, the junior from Orchard Park, New York. He is outstanding.
He stopped Penn State from breaking a couple of real big plays in the second quarter here.
Dale Tate has had a conference with Joe Paterno and staff members. 2nd down, 7. Miami 38-yard line. Jim Burt appears quite a bit rocky.
Right now, a coach should have filed in the back of his mind that play that Scoville was wide open. There's no reason why he shouldn't be wide open again and come back to it at this particular opportune moment.
Following a Penn State timeout, Penn State has a 2nd down and 7 at the Miami 38-yard line with only 49 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass just a little bit behind Scott Hedinger at the 22-yard line of Miami, and it will be 3rd down and 7, and I see a penalty flag now behind the line. Holding Penn State. So it's going to be either 2nd and huge yardage or 3rd and 7. Miami has the option. They want the penalty.
Well, they want to get them out of field goal range in case they complete another pass.
So this will cost Penn State 15 big yards. Back into Penn State territory at the 44-yard line. Here's the referee.
Number 53, offense holding. 3rd down. 2nd down.
Jim Romano is called for holding. It will be 2nd down and 25. And Miami covered that attempted screen pass very, very well in the person of number 30, David Jefferson.
Well, Excuse me, Ray, I'm sorry.
I was going to say it was complete for a loss of a yard to Suey. It's 3rd and 26, and Penn State now takes timeout again, so Penn State will have no timeouts remaining and only 32 seconds in the first half.
Matsui fell down again. I'm wondering if he's having some problems with the turf out there because of the heavy rain yesterday. He fell down, and Tate couldn't find him, and then by the time he got up, Miami had the screenplay defense.
The pass was complete for a loss of a yard, so it's 3rd down 27. Miami 13, Penn State 10. And I'd have to say the stage is set for what could be a very, very interesting second half. Penn State has a stretch of 3 games coming up that will really test this team. North Carolina State, Temple, and Pitt. Miami of Florida has an interesting schedule coming up. At Alabama, Notre Dame in Tokyo, and then Florida.
That's Notre Dame in Tokyo, not of Tokyo.
No,
you know, you can get somebody mad at you.
All right, 3rd and 26 for Penn State. Suey got a couple of yards. Some of the fans, I'm sure, wanted Penn State to put the ball in the air. Miami asks for a timeout. Miami has just 1 timeout remaining now. Giacomaro will punt, 24 seconds showing on the clock. I don't know whether the officials are going to give the full timeout period here, allow it to run off the clock. By that I don't mean run off the official clock. I mean their full allotment that they would normally take during a timeout. And apparently that is going to be the case, George.
Yes, well, I think both clubs would be content, to leave this first half of the score as it is and go back to the locker room, regroup. Miami to see if they can continue to play as well, and Penn State to see if they can stop Kelly and get their offense into another gear.
Ralph Giacomaro to punt. Fred Marion is the one return man for Miami.
Fred Marion, deep for Miami.
They put 7 men on the line, 3 right behind the line, Miami of Florida. Penn State closes ranks just a bit, anticipating an attempted block.
Here they come.
Yeah. But Giacomaro gets it away to the Miami 23. It's going to bounce around a little bit. It'll be down at the Miami 24-yard line with only 15 seconds now remaining in the first half. And I'd have to believe, since Miami did call that strategic timeout, that they're going to have Kelly drop back and let her fly. And he is a very impressive young quarterback. Number 12 from East Brady, Pennsylvania. Penn State will deploy deep. Wise at the one corner, Urquhart at the other. Giuseppe Harris is fully 20 yards behind the line.
Probably try to get Joyner up the middle from his slot formation. They got a double on Walker.
He's letting it fly, intended for Walker, and oh my goodness, he got behind Urquhart at the Penn State 18-yard line.
Well, that is absolutely...
And a penalty flag down at the Miami 19. Holding Miami.
Well, you cannot let a football team do these things to you. Now, Walker, we know, has blazing speed. It's 1 or 2 plays left in the first half. Now, Urquhart has got to give more ground. You can't let him get that close to you. No closer than 3 or 4 yards. That could have been a touchdown.
Maybe we'll get the explanation here as to which player was guilty of that holding infraction.
Well, you know, that... Absolutely possibly prevented Miami from getting 3 more points. They were in close enough and they have to win at their back. It would have been not a too difficult field goal.
Half the distance to the goal line, so it's a 12-yard penalty from the 24 back to the Miami 12, and now 7 seconds left in the half. This is probably the final play. That was Walker, the intended receiver. Clock shows now 2 seconds left in the half.
Gene Gladys covering.
Gene Gladys, the defensive end, dropped off the line that time and batted the ball away from Pat Walker.
Well, as I said, Urquhart should have been 25 yards deep in this particular game situation.
And I'd have to believe, barring a penalty by the defensive team, this will be the last play of the half. Now the two defensive halfbacks are 25 yards behind the line, and we have reached the end of the first half with the score. Miami of Florida. Following wind and a 3-point lead to kick off to Penn State's number 16. There's number 24, Mike Gooman, in place of the injured Tom Donovan. Donovan sustained what appeared to be a knee injury in the first half and did not return. And the other, number 16 deep, is Terry Rakowski. Good kick. Rakowski at the 1. Trying to get outside. 20, 25, from behind to the 27. Good run back. About a 27-yard run back by Rakowski. Now we will see almost immediately, I would believe, what Penn State's offensive strategy will be in the second half. Penn State passed only 8 times in the first half.
Well, with the wind in their face, they might not come out throwing deep. They might just throw short. But I think they'll stay on the ground for a while, just get to feel what Miami's potential defensive adjustments might be.
Tracy Hall is the one wide receiver. He's lined up wide left. This is Gooman. And Gooman gouges out about 4 to 5 yards on first down before being run out of bounds by one of the many first-year players on this Miami team, number 90 in this instance, Tim Flanagan, a freshman from Woodbridge, Virginia.
Well, Penn State did something different that they haven't done this year. They lined up with 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage, and that time Scoville shifted to the other side where the other tight end was as a wingback. They used to do it vice versa before this.
Now McCluskey is the wingback right. On second down, 6, and McCluskey in motion. There goes Mike Gooman, and he's very close to a first down out beyond the Penn State 35-yard line before linebacker Moselle Axon, who saw limited duty, if any at all, in the first half. Number 57, a linebacker, made the tackle. Third down, less than a yard for a first down, just beyond the Penn State 35. Hello there. Tracy Hall again is wide left. Matsui, first down. Matsui now is out close to 70 yards now in yardage for the game, out beyond the 40 to the 42.
Well, that was a very big play in the sense that they kept possession of the ball and kept the drive going. Penn State, as I said before, their ability to make first downs over the last 3 games have improved tremendously. It's up over 45%.
Hettinger and Hall wide left. Here goes Gooman. Good move and a good gain from the 42 to the 48 before linebacker Scott Nicholas ran him out of bounds. I'd have to believe with the running game going this way, George, that any time now Penn State might throw off play action on first down.
Well, something short. Watch the tight end Scoville drive into Flanagan, number 90. Gets good position. Munchak pulls, but Gooman makes a nice cut back into the inside, back to the outside, and they're pounding the short side of the field right now.
Gain of 7, second down 3. This is Suey looking for some daylight and gets only 2 yards, and Penn State will again have a third and short yardage. Third and about 1.
Well, Miami's playing the same type of defense that they did in the first half. I guess they felt it was pretty successful. They are defensing the wide side of the field when the ball's on the hash mark. And our viewers should know that 75% of the football game, offensive football, is played on one of the hash marks.
Jim Burt, their outstanding middle guard, number 83, has just come into the lineup. He sustained a slight injury in the first half. Suey was hit at the line, lunged forward, and he's close to a first down, but I don't believe he made it.
Well, if he did, he made it on his own. The linebacker plugged. Now, that was third short yardage. They anticipated that. I don't believe the right guard made his block on that particular occasion. I think they're going to go for it.
Fourth down, half a yard away from a first down at the Miami 49-yard line. The second half is just underway. Miami is leading Penn State surprisingly 13-10.
Joe Paterno's again.
Penn State 4th and 1 at the Miami 49-yard line. Long count by Tate. Suey has a first down to the Miami 45-yard line.
Oh, boy, does that give a team a lift? Does that give a team a lift?
Penn State first down.
Let's see if we can watch this hole open up. All right, Pankey drives into his man. It's a zone block, and Munchak got his man. It's one-on-one blocking with the tailback Guman leading up, and Suey has to run for daylight. Well done.
First down at the Miami 45. Here goes Guman to the 40.
Mike Guman, the ball carrier.
Oh, they've made some nice adjustments. Now, they're showing anything. They're running either to the short side of the field or they start out to the wide side of the field and break it back to the short side of the field because Miami is defensing the wide side of the field.
Guman picked up 4. It is second down 6 at the Miami 41-yard line. Both Hettinger and Hall are to the wide side now. Suey. Close to another first down around the Miami 35. Remember now, Matt Suey went into this game as the number 3 rusher in Penn State football history. He was only 151 yards shy of John Capoletti's second place statistics.
Well, that time they've run a couple of plays right at number 83, Jim Burt, the great defensive middle guard, because at one time or another he takes a different side. The last few times Penn State's guessed right and the back has run back over the center to the short side of the field and made substantial yardage.
Penn State has held the ball since the second half kickoff. It is just short of a first down. Hettinger goes out. The freshman from Philadelphia, number 91, Mike McCluskey, comes in.
Ray, Matt Suey now has 723 yards, which is his best year rushing. His previous high was 720 yards last year. And as he's approaching Capoletti for the number 2 position, the all-time Penn State rusher.
Third and about a foot away from a first down. Tate is going to throw. He had Mike Guman open.
Intended for Guman, incomplete.
No, there was the fake off of play action, but unfortunately it was not executed that well, and it's fourth down. But Penn State, of course, is in 4-down territory
Well,
here.
they're going to go for it again, but the Guman was open and the tight end was open. He got chugged or held up on the line of scrimmage pretty good, but he did get his release.
Fourth and a foot.
Big play.
Suey got inside the 35, just sort of feeling his way, and they found a little bit of a crack, and it's another first down. This drive started at the Penn State 27-yard line following the opening kickoff of the second half. One thing, of course, Penn State is doing is the obvious thing. It's keeping the ball away from a very dangerous Miami passing attack.
But I think you'll see Penn State has made some defensive adjustments. I don't think Mr. Kelly's going to have that much time here in the second half, but this is a good-looking drive. Again, a good play-action pass here could be appropriate.
Suey to the outside, and a good defensive play by tackle Lester Williams, number 73, limits Suey to a very short gain to about the 32-yard line, a gain of 2.
Okay, Penn State's been making a lot of yardage to the short side of the field. That time Miami's defensive down lineman slanted to the short side of the field. Williams gets penetration. You know, you can't go to the well too often.
Second down, a bit more than 8. Penn State this time will line up in an I formation. There goes Guman. Good hole. And near another first down at the Miami 25-yard line.
That time, number 83, Jim Burt, the middle guard, went to the wide side of field. Mike Guman running very well, finding daylight, cuts it back over the middle, almost broke that one. Watch the eyes of Mike Guman here. Cut back right behind Suey's block. Watch number 83, Burt, way over to the left side of your screen, wide side of field, and Gooman made an excellent run.
3rd and 1. Suey, first down at the Miami 21-yard line.
First down.
Let's see, was just the one pass thrown in this drive, George? The one that was incomplete to Mike
Just the
Gooman?
one pass. And Miami's defense is as tight as you can get them. The cornerback's practically an outside linebacker. And this is... All right, let's watch Farrell now on a trap block. Quick trap block. But Suey has to run for daylight. Slants up in that crease and makes good yardage.
Gooman is very fortunate to get about 2 yards, perhaps to the 19-yard line, before he runs into one of the sophomore tackles. In this instance, number 91, Bob Nelson from Baltimore, Maryland. 2nd down, 8 coming up for Penn State. Miami is leading 13-10. Penn State has held the ball now for 6 minutes and 40 seconds of this second half. Husky is lining up wide right as a wingback. 2nd and 8. This is Gooman behind the line. A fine play by Tim Flanagan. A loss on the play, and now Penn State, and a penalty flag. I just now spotted it at the line of scrimmage. The play lost a yard or so.
Well, Mike Gooman should have cut to the inside. The Flanagan came across. There was no way that Munchak could hook him or block him in. He had no choice but to block him out. Mike tried to get outside of it.
Illegal procedure against Penn State. Fred Marion is the defensive captain for Miami and will make a decision here. It will either be 3rd and 10 or 2nd and 13.
Well, they almost have to put the ball up in the air, but it's tougher to throw on 3rd down when they know you're going to throw than it is on 2nd down, where you might catch them with a little surprise with play action. But if they got any good pass routes in the bag, now's the time to pull them out.
It is 3rd and 8 as Miami declines the penalty. 3rd and 10, rather, at the Miami 22-yard line. Exactly 8 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. Miami has just declined an illegal procedure penalty, and Penn State has a 3rd and 10 at the Miami 22-yard line. Gooman is met for no gain. A super defensive play by Tim Flanagan and Greg Zappala, the 2 freshman defensive ends, and Penn State.
They try to hit Gooman on a delay. He fakes to Mike. Now watch him slip out to your screen over on the left-hand side. It's very well defensed by Miami. I thought they might go upfield deep enough to get to the first down.
4th down, Penn State.
Penn State is going for the first down. Remember now, if they were to try a field goal, it would be a long field goal and into the wind. So it is 4th and 12. Penalty flag at the 10-yard line of Miami. Penn State's intended receiver, Matt Suey.
No, it wasn't Suey, Ray. It was Hedinger.
Scott Hedinger. Scott Hedinger was flattened at the 10 and a penalty flag down.
And watch Hedinger from a slot formation, the inside receiver, the 2 wide ones. He runs a quick post right before he's going to go for the ball. He gets flattened. We have it right there. It's definitely interference, and the official on the other side of the field called it, and it was the call of the official on the near side. Another angle, quick post, he's flattened. Interference.
A pass interference penalty against Miami as Penn State on a 4th and 12. And a result of the penalty, it is first down Penn State at the Miami 11-yard line. Penn State has held the ball for 7 minutes and 55 seconds. This is Mike Gooman. Forced deep and a fine play by Flanagan.
Well, that's the 2nd time in a row. I think Joe got to get Mike out and say, Mike, you got to get up inside. He's a little rusty. Hasn't played that much in the last few weeks at a tailback position, but the cut has to be to the inside. The defensive end, Flanagan, has got so much penetration, it's impossible for the pulling guard to hook him get outside. They're going to have to kick him out, and Mike's going to have to make that cut.
A loss of 6. It is 2nd and 16 now at the Miami 17-yard line. Miami has not had the ball in the 3rd quarter. Penn State has held it now for 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Tate. It is intercepted by Gene Coleman in the end zone. It was intended for Tracy Hall, and Miami has stopped Penn State.
Intercepted by Gene Coleman.
Well, Tate gets a lot of pressure originally here. We'll play action. He drifts off to the right here. Probably tries to find Tracy Hall deep in the end zone. The ball's a little underthrown. And it's a nice interception for Miami, and they bring the ball out to the 20.
The score, Miami 13, Penn State 10.
This bud's for every man who works with fire and steel.
This bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do, this bud's for you.
Members of Joe Paterno's staff, and we would like to suggest now that you give a thought to Fran Ganter, beginning his 7th season on the staff, is in charge of the running backs at his alma mater. Fran Ganter. Kelly throwing. Joyner completes. 6-yard gain to the 26. A little down and out.
Well,
and Jim Kelly is picking up where he left off in the first half.
Two things that happened with that drive. First of all, tough break that Penn State kept the ball for 9 minutes and didn't get a point out of it. That's for Miami's favor. But they did keep the ball from Miami with the wind at their back, so there's only about 6 minutes left in the third quarter for Kelly to operate with the wind at his back.
2nd and 4 for Miami. A lot of time. That was Larry Brodsky. Completed in front of Tom Wise, and a first down Miami at the Miami 45.
This kid's putting on a great exhibition. They hit Brodsky as he goes up the sideline now, gets behind the cornerback and in front of the safety. Harris coming over. They got to close that little seam there and not let the ball be delivered between them.
Miami has both Walker and Joyner wide to the right. First down from the Miami 45-yard line. Roan and Hobbs, the running backs, behind freshman Jim Kelly, the quarterback. This is a screen, and Joyner got away from Tom Wise and turns what looked like a loss into a gain of about 4 or 5.
Tommy dropped his head at the last minute, lost sight of the receiver. Joyner makes a nice gain. We call this a quick screen. He comes right out there. Here comes the ball delivered to Joyner. Now, Wise is in good position. Watch him duck his head right here. Joyner steps to the inside, picks up the block of the pulling guard, and turns into a good gain.
4-yard gain, 2nd down, 6 Miami at midfield. Joyner is to the left. Walker is to the right. Gary Breckner, number 45, a new running back, is in for Miami. Here comes a big rush. And Kelly gets away. And the intended receiver fell down. How did Kelly get away from that rush?
Well, there was 3 defensive players from Penn State, and I believe it was Kubin, one of the linebackers, and Jones or Clark. They all bumped each other off the quarterback. But the point is this: when they want to get to him, they can get to him. And this is the only way you're going to stop this kid, because if you let him, you're going to play it soft to drop people off. He's just picking up those areas and the open areas in the zone, and he's picking Penn State apart.
3rd down, 6 for Miami at midfield. 5:33 left to play, third quarter. Miami is leading 13-10. Over the middle, and there's Walker wide open. First down at the Penn State 25-yard line. And this is as fine a passing exhibition being put on by the freshman Jim Kelly as we've seen in a long time.
A little fake to the inside. The inside help lets Walker go. He runs a quick post. This could have easily been a touchdown. He had to wait a little bit on the ball thrown behind him. and we get a tackle come over here by Urquhart. But the Miami's throwing only to his outside receivers right now, so coming with the blitz wouldn't hurt Penn State.
Here comes a first down pass. This is intended for Walker, and it's overthrown. But he got behind Urquhart again.
Well, when you get a receiver with super speed that can outrun your secondary, you can't give the quarterback time enough to throw the ball. As I said, they're not throwing to their back swinging out, which is putting pressure on the linebackers. Therefore, Penn State, I think, could stunt their inside linebackers and go after the quarterback.
Second down, Miami at the Penn State 25. Wisniewski, Kubin, Gladys, Clark. A lot of time. The ball was tipped. Oh, just a little bit. That was intended for Lorenzo Roan coming out of the backfield, number 46. But he was open.
They still have not blitzed on this series, outside of the one that Kelly escaped from. And that could easily have been a 10 or 12-yard loss. Miami might either try walk or go to a screen, anticipating a heavy rush at this particular time.
If all third downs are big, this would have to be one of the biggest. It is 3rd and 10, and Miami right here has elected to take one of its 3 timeouts. As Jim Kelly comes to the sidelines, the score, Miami 13, Penn State 10. Ray Scott here for the Penn State TV network. We've expanded this year so that we may bring the excitement of Penn State football into your homes. In support of this expansion, we ask for your help by joining our support club. With your membership, we'll send you one of these classic items of your choice: a Penn State sun visor, a tassel cap, a serving tray, or a Joe Paterno LP album. For your membership card, just send $11 to the Penn State TV network, 890 Constitution Boulevard, New Kensington, Pennsylvania, 15068. Who coaches the interior defensive line.
At this particular point in the game, similar as Nebraska ran a reverse. I wonder what they're going to do with Joyner.
3rd and 10, Miami at the Penn State 25. Key play coming up. A big rush and a pass to the end zone. Touchdown, Joyner.
Absolutely a perfect play. Had to rush, everything.
Jim Kelly under tremendous pressure, showing the poise of a veteran, and now Miami has a 9-point lead.
Here comes the rush, a little late. He has enough time to pick Joyner out. One-on-one, he just beats Wise, and that's a perfectly thrown ball.
And so far, and there is Jim Kelly from East Brady, Pennsylvania, a freshman. Dan Miller will try for Miami's 20th point. And he's right on target.
The kick is good. The score, Miami 20, Penn State 10.
From a different angle now. Penn State is double covering Walker. Edwards comes on a safety blitz, meaning Wise has to take Joyner. They go to the right man. The ball is perfectly thrown, and Miami has another 6.
So with 4:54 to play in the 3rd quarter, Penn State is in deep trouble, trailing by 10 to a Miami team led today by the freshman quarterback, Jim Kelly from East Brady, Pennsylvania.
He has thrown for 230 yards, the most thrown against Penn State this year.
Jeff Davis will kick off. Rakowski at the Penn State 5. Out to the 24-yard line. Now let's see if this Miami defense will be inspired to play outstanding football, with the offense having done such a superb job today against a Penn State defense which has been very, very porous as far as pass defense is concerned. Or look at it another way, Miami has had an outstanding passing offense today. Here goes Matsui for about 9 yards out to the 34-yard line. Matsui must be getting up fairly close to the 100-yard mark today. He had over 60 in the first half.
Well, that's why the professionals like to throw the ball. You can work 9, 10 minutes on the ground and come up with nothing, and you can get that ball deep sometimes. In 1 or 2 plays, you got yourself a lot of points.
2nd and 1 at the Penn State 33. Joel Cole, who has been playing defense this year. Last year was a freshman tailback, just came into tailback, and he
has enough time to pick Joyner out, one-on-one. He just beats Wise, and that's a perfectly thrown ball.
And so far, and there is Jim Kelly from East Brady, Pennsylvania, a freshman. Dan Miller will try for Miami's 20th point. And he's right on target.
The kick is good. The score, Miami 20, Penn State 10.
Different angle now. Penn State is double covering Walker. Edwards comes on a safety blitz, meaning Wise has to take Joyner. They go to the right man. The ball is perfectly thrown, and Miami has another 6.
So with 4:54 to play in the third quarter, Penn State is in deep trouble, trailing by 10 to a Miami team led today by the freshman quarterback Jim Kelly from East Brady, Pennsylvania.
He has thrown for 230 yards, the most thrown against Penn State this year.
Jeff Davis will kick off. Rakowski at the Penn State 5. To the 24-yard line. Now let's see if this Miami defense will be inspired to play outstanding football, with the offense having done such a superb job today against a Penn State defense which has been very, very porous as far as pass defense is concerned. Or look at it another way, Miami has had an outstanding passing offense today. Here goes Matsui for about 9 yards out to the 34-yard line. Matsui must be getting up fairly close to the 100-yard mark today. He had over 60 in the first half.
Well, that's why the professionals like to throw the ball. You can work 9, 10 minutes on the ground and come up with nothing, and you can get that ball deep sometimes. In 1 or 2 plays, you got yourself a lot of points.
2nd and 1 at the Penn State 33. Joel Cole, who has been playing defense this year. Last year was a freshman tailback, just came into tailback, and he has a first down for Penn State at the Penn State 39-yard line. And we have an official timeout.
First down, Penn State.
One of the Miami defenders, number 73, Lester Williams, sustained a slight leg injury, and one of the officials spotted it, and hence the official timeout. Look what Jim Kelly has done against Penn State's defense today.
And we're still in the third quarter. You know, we knew and we said early at the top of the show that they like to throw deep. That's why Walker has averaged 27.2 yards per carry, per catch. But his protection has been pretty good, and the times they've blitzed him, he's been able to get the ball off and put the ball right on target.
Mike Mead, number 38, a sophomore from Dover, Delaware, will now be the other running back along with Suey. Matt Suey almost lost his footing, and there goes the penalty flag as Suey was tackled at the Penn State 43. Face mask. This will cost Miami of Florida.
Well, Penn State's moving the football. They moved it, immediately they came out in the second half, but, you got to get it into the end zone.
So the ball goes all the way to the Miami 43-yard line, first down. Mike Gooman comes, I thought I saw Mike Gooman come onto the field. Following a face mask penalty, 15 yards against Miami, Penn State has a first down at the Miami 43-yard line. Gooman, the tailback.
That's Joel Coles.
Oh, that's Joel Coles again, number 20. And Coles picks up about 6 or 7 yards on first down to the Miami 37-yard line.
This is a sprint-out draw. They put two wide receivers to the wide side of the field. To the right of the screen, Jones runs it very well. It's not that easy to make the transition in 1 week from defensive back to tailback and get your timing down.
Gain of 6 for Coles. It's 2nd and 4. There goes Suey. And he might have yet another Penn State first down.
Well, this is a situation when you got command of the line of scrimmage like they do with running plays, that sometimes you just kind of dupe yourself into staying on the ground, and you're eating up the clock and eating up the clock. Then you make one critical error that keeps you out of the end zone. You come up with nothing, and you've killed the clock for the opponent. And Penn State has to get a big play here via the run or via the pass.
Measurement for the down. Another Penn State first down. The score, Miami 20, Penn State 10. Ball around the 23-yard line.
Again, it's a passing situation. Miami's going to be coming in every one of those seams, taking all the running room away. Man-to-man coverage.
Terry
wide receivers.
Terry Rakowski is in as a wide receiver to the right. Tracy Hall to the left. 2nd and less than a yard for a first down. There goes Suey, and he has a first down at the 21-yard line.
The closer you get to that goal line, the tougher it gets.
Penn State was down here once in the third quarter, as close as the 11-yard line. Lost 6 yards on a play, and then Tate was intercepted. The first interception of the game in the end zone. And Penn State, after an almost length of the field drive, came up empty. First down, Penn State at the Miami 21. 2 minutes now left in the third quarter. No gain. Maybe a loss of a yard by Coles. Tim Flanagan that time made the tackle. Good play by Miami's defense. Loss of 2 yards.
Watch number 57. He makes the play. He blitzes. Axon. The linebacker to the right here. Watch him blitz, knock off the blockers, forcing the ball carrier deep. And this is what's going to happen as you keep trying to run it as the closer you get. They're going to come and blitz and take all the seams away from the running backs.
2nd down and 12 at the Miami 23. Rakowski left, Hettinger right. flag. Gene Coleman.
Oh, that's definitely interference, but you got to get the ball out there once in a while. And they're crowding the receivers. He knew he was beat, and he tackled him, even though the ball was not well thrown.
The call is made at the Miami 17-yard line.
Now watch how tight Jefferson is playing the receiver here. Tries to get deep on him. Rakowski tries to get deep on him, so he tackles him. You cannot let a cornerback play that tight.
A pass interference penalty against Miami gives Penn State a 1st and 10 at the Miami 17-yard line. With 1 minute and 17 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Dave Opfar, number 68, is in at left guard in place of Sean Farrell for Penn State. Foles is going to be nailed for a loss of about 3 yards at the 20 by Tim Flanagan. My, he's having a big game. Number 90, the defensive end from Woodbridge, Virginia. Loss of 3, 2nd down, 13.
They're going to keep coming and coming and coming. Now, Penn State might break it because they are taking the gaps, and if they can block everybody down, get a little daylight, there's no linebacker pursuit right now. Somebody could take it all the way.
2nd down, 13 at the Miami 20 in the final seconds of the third quarter. Tate with a deep drop back. The ball was tipped, and it's intercepted. And there goes another scoring chance by Penn State in the third quarter. Miami now with a 10-point lead, 2nd interception of the game, and this very potent Miami offense is going to come up with the football.
Well, Dale couldn't find a receiver open. Scrambling around, looks around, tries to force the ball. It's tipped. It's Miami's day. Ball comes right into the linebacker's hand, and they stop another Penn State drive.
So 1st down Miami at the Miami 20 with 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Wide to the right comes Joyner. Dan Biondi is in at defensive left halfback, number 39. And behind the line, Bruce Clark nails. Well, that's one of the few times Miami's tried to run the ball in the second half.
Well, and Penn State's defense now has got to play very aggressive. Bruce Clark, you can't block him one-on-one. He just takes the gap to the right, blows off, takes 33 Hobbs and puts him down. Penn State is going to try to force a turnover here. Miami has not had a turnover. They've played excellent on offense today, and Penn State's defense must come up with a big play.
We have reached the end of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter.
The end of the third quarter with the score. Miami 20, Penn State 10. We'll be back right after this. Clark almost beat the ball back.
Well, you know, as I said, some things go right, they go right. That time, let's watch how quick Bruce Clark is for a big man. He's into the backfield. He could shake hands with the ball carrier. He doesn't see the handoff. However, he does stop the play for a short gain.
LaBelle will be punting into a wind which is still up around 15 miles an hour. Suey and Rakowski back at the Penn State 45.
And Penn State should have fine field position to return right.
A fine bit of coverage by North Carolina State, and Suey gets no return yardage at all, but Penn State still has excellent field position. 20-10, Miami leading. We have 13 minutes and 25 seconds left, and we should have one super final quarter here, George.
Well, they have the wind at the back. Dale Tate's got to get the passing game going and start throwing like he did the last 2 weeks if Penn State's going to pull this ball game out.
Mike Gilman is the tailback. Matt Suey is the fullback. Hall left, Hettinger right. This is Tracy Hall. Oh, he almost broke that one. The cornerback playing him so tight, but it's a first down at the Miami 44-yard line.
They're playing a lot of man coverage, one-on-one. This is just a quick hitch pass to Tracy Hall. A little fake, but they just want to hit him quick. He comes up, pulls up, almost breaks it between the corner man, and that's Marion chasing him.
Hall is wide right. McCluskey, the tight end, is lined up as a wingback left. Mike Gilman picks up about 4 yards to the Miami 40. Miami will make a defensive change now and bring in a freshman cornerback by the name of James Boone, number 14. He'll replace Mark Smith. Penn State has a 2nd and 6 at the Miami 40. But Penn State needs a touchdown within the next couple of moments.
Well, if they could fake that pass that they had before and let that receiver go deep, they might get it real quick.
2nd and 6. He's going to be incomplete in the end zone. Defending was Boone, who just came in against tight end Brad Scoville. It is going to be 3rd and 6.
Well, they try to swing the tight end short side of the field. He was covered tight up the sidelines. The wind played a little havoc with the ball and was overthrown.
A freshman tackle, Leon Evans, number 87, has replaced Bob Nelson at a tackle spot now for Miami, and Penn State has a critical 3rd and 6 at the Miami 40. Penn State trailing by 10 early here in the 4th quarter. There goes Suey, but he doesn't have enough for a first down. It is going to bring up a 4th down and about 2.5.
Well, they anticipated that Miami would play soft. They try to get just a quick fullback handoff to get the 6 yards. He's 2 yards shy. I think they'll go for it.
Now Penn State has less than 12 minutes remaining in the game to make up a 10-point deficit. 4th and 2.5 for a first down. Mike Guman, oh, did he get hit? And Miami comes up with a big defensive play, and Miami takes over the football. And now Penn State must really come up with some big defensive plays, because Miami just came up with a super defensive play.
They go to the sweep to the short side of the field. The whole left side of Miami's defense just penetrated, come across the line of scrimmage, and threw Guman for a loss.
The defensive effort was led by number 66, Scott Nicholas, a sophomore from Clearwater. Miami first down at the Miami 37-yard line. Miami with a 10-point lead behind quarterback Jim Kelly. They're going to go to the air just like that. And here comes a tight end. Barada, big gain. They're not sitting on any lead. Miami's coming right after them.
And they ran a little bit of a pick pattern. They took the wide receiver, the flanker. Let's watch the flanker go down, across, screen. The tight end delays, comes out here on an angle cut in the flat. He's wide open.
This is a beautiful passing offense that Miami of Florida has here today. First down at the Penn State 43-yard line. This is Roan breaking tackles. He fumbled after the ball was down around the 40-yard line, a gain of about 3, where Steve Griffiths makes the defensive play. There is Scott Nicholas, who made the big hit on Mike Guman on 4th down and 2 and turned it into a loss. Miami has a 2nd down and 6 at the Penn State 39-yard line, and right here it's an official timeout because Barbarino, number 58, a sophomore guard from Verona, has to have I think his equipment repaired, so he comes out. Miami of Florida, looking for win number 3, came into this game in the minds of most as a better than 3 touchdown underdog, leading by 10. And this young man is one of the reasons. The pass, is it complete? His knee hit the ground, and that's the reason there was some hesitation on the part of Andy Barada whether he could get up or not.
But he makes
very interesting here to me, George, the way Miami has been switching from early in the game, throwing to the wide receivers. Now they've been going to the tight end.
Well, Penn State's showing a lot of double coverage on both receivers in passing situations, and now you got one-on-one with the tight end. They're running him on some angle cuts toward the sideline and a couple of times on a delay. You know, you go and run or throw the ball where there are the fewest amount of people.
It's another Miami first down at the 33-yard line this time of Penn State. 10:30 left in the game, the clock running. Penn State has moved the ball well in the second half, but has come up empty. 2 interceptions. Reynolds and Roan are the runners. Now, did we have an illegal procedure, or did we have offside against Penn State?
Once again, it's two defensive people, and that's unusual when your 2 or 3 go off at the same time. It is Penn State.
It's against Penn State. So it'll be 1st and 5 for Miami, and of course confidence is building with every moment here.
They changed the cadence, caught 3 Penn State defensive people offsides. You have to move on the ball. You can't move on the cadence. See if we can see it from the ground level. Let's watch how many people move. There goes Bruce Clark. There goes Wisniewski. And I believe there was one other.
As a result of a 5-yard offside penalty, 1st and 5, Miami at the Penn State 28-yard line. Kelly with a sneak. And he might have another first down. This is as well conceived an offensive effort as I think we've seen this year. Now, forget for a moment Nebraska. Nebraska's personnel, of course, is far superior to what Miami has.
Well, Miami does not have the running game, and they're doing it with mainly passing to their wide receivers and out to the tight end. That was an automatic. Anytime Kelly sees a big gap over the center, he's been allowed to go automatic, and he's been picking up 3, 4, and I think that time almost 5.
First down, Miami at the Penn State 23-yard line. Only 9.5 minutes left in the game. This is Roan to the outside, being chased by Clark. Blocked out of bounds after a good gain inside the 20. And Bruce Clark comes up limping heavily and is down on his knees on the ground. So Penn State is hurting. Not only trailing, but hurting. Tom Donovan was lost by injury in the first half. Now Bruce Clark goes down.
Well, Bruce has had a bad ankle. He probably re-injured it. He was trying to hustle over there to the sidelines.
In scores of other games,
there was a gain that time of 6 yards by Lorenzo Roan. The score, Miami 20, Penn State 10. I'm Ray Scott speaking to you for the TCS Satellite Network. I'm honored to be able to share with you the action-packed sports programming offered through the TCS Satellite Network. I'm delighted that you're with us today, and I hope you're enjoying today's event. After all, that's what really is important. And we're interested in what your thoughts are. Drop us a line. Write TCS Satellite Network, 890 Constitution Boulevard, New Kensington, Pennsylvania, 15068. We'll be waiting to hear from you.
Center Bailey. Now he's chasing that sweep from the backside. A lot of hustle, a lot of speed for a big man. That's Roan, who runs a 4.5, I think.
He pulled up lame while running.
Pulled up lame while he was running. Well, that means he didn't hurt his knee or anything like that. I just think he kind of re-injured. That ankle was probably very heavily taped.
So 2nd down and about 4 for Miami. The ball is at the Penn State 16-yard line. Only 9 minutes and 29 seconds remaining, and Miami is leading by 10.
And both their great defensive tackles are out of the game. Matt Millen totally unable to play today, and now Bruce Clark goes off limping.
Rich D'Amico, number 66, a sophomore from Pittsburgh, replaces Bruce Clark. 2nd and 4, Miami. Well, let's see who was it this time.
Well, I think Penn State jumped first. Possibly. It's just a question of what the judgment of the officials.
It was 2nd and 4 for Miami.
A defensive man can come across the line of scrimmage, encroach, and get back if you don't make contact. But an offensive man cannot move, so they called it against Syracuse.
Against Miami.
Excuse me, against Miami. Same color.
All right, it's going to be 2nd and 9 now, and the 5-yard penalty against Miami. Miami penalized 5 yards for illegal procedure. The ball moves back from the Penn State 16 to the Penn State 21. Miami has a 2nd and 9 at that point. Kelly with a lot of time throwing it for Walker, and this ball ball is incomplete. Good defense by Mickey Urquhart against Pat Walker. It will be 3rd and 9.
Boy, is he a graceful... Watch how graceful is Pat Walker. As he just kind of lopes up the right side of your screen, trying to get between the corner man and the safety. Kelly is putting it high, trying to take advantage of Walker's jumping ability. This time Urquhart's there, and he knocks the ball down.
Now 3rd down 9 for Miami at the Penn State 21-yard line. Pass is complete to Roan out of the backfield, and he is very close to a first down. In fact, it is a first down at the Penn State 11-yard line.
Oh, that one hurt because Lance Mel had a man-to-man all the way. He's just a little slow. I mean, there's no deception. Right of your screen. Here comes the back, right out of the backfield. That's Rowan. That's Lance's man for man. He makes the first down.
So first down Miami at the Penn State 11, and we're 9 minutes and 19 seconds away from what could be the biggest upset of this collegiate season. No doubt about it.
Without a major break, Penn State is in big trouble.
Joyner to the right, Walker to the left, the two very dangerous wide receivers. This is Roan to the outside, and he breaks one tackle, but Penn State's swarming defense holds that play to, if no gain, maybe a loss of a yard. The ball will be spotted at the 12 for a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down 11. Coming up at the end of the game, we will make our weekly presentation to the player of the game. Sponsored by Mellon Bank, Daly's Juice, Anheuser-Busch St. Louis, Brewers of Budweiser, and Michelob Beers. And we'll chat about that in a moment. Right now, our attention is directed to 2nd and 11 Miami at the Penn State 12-yard line. Kelly to Walker, and it's another Miami touchdown. Miami of Florida, 26-10 over Penn State.
Well, that just about closed the door. That's a perfectly executed slant in, short post, looking, anything you want to call it. Step, nothing fancy, straight drop back, looks away, quick post, man's on him, ball's perfectly thrown.
So Miami of Florida, with a brilliantly conceived passing offense and an opportunistic defense, has moved to a 16-point lead with 8:38 left to play in the game, and Dan Miller will try to make it a 17-point lead. Now that was Lance Mel who came hurtling over the line.
Well, Kelly's hit 18 out of 31 for 278 yards. When your defense is giving up that kind of passing yardage, it's going to be tough to win a ball game.
And with no interceptions.
No interceptions. In fact, Miami has not had a turnover.
And what we were told before the game was that Jim Kelly might see some action.
Well, I'm sure he earned a job after the performance in the last quarter against Syracuse. The coaches had faith in him, and they put together a good passing game, trying to take advantage of Penn State's possible weakness. Well, now we know obvious weakness in the secondary.
Okay, now we'll have the extra point try again by Miller. And I don't know what happened. The ball was just plain missed by the kicker. So the lead remains at 16.
The kick is no good.
The score, Miami 26, Penn State 10. Ray Scott here for the Penn State TV network. We've expanded this year so that we may bring the excitement of Penn State football into your homes. In support of this expansion, we ask for your help by joining our support club. With your membership, we'll send you one of these classic items of your choice: a Penn State sun visor, a tassel cap, a serving tray, or a Joe Paterno LP album. For your membership card, just send $11 to the Penn State TV network, 890 Constitution Boulevard, New Kensington, Pennsylvania, 15068.
Because they play so well. This week we're going to have to really search to single out one particular guy that had an exciting game. You know, these things happen in football. They're certainly not the football team that they were last week. Miami, not to take anything away from Miami, Miami has played awfully well.
Davis's kick to Terry Rakowski at the 12. Out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. And now let's see if Penn State can get some points on the board in a hurry. 8 minutes and 33 seconds left. And believe it or not, a lot of fans have already left Beaver Stadium.
You know, Ray, the only thing I can think of is that their key people, their senior key people, Millen, Clark, Donovan are out of the game. And sometimes the youngsters don't have the leadership, and they're a little flat right now.
Dale Tate has been intercepted twice, both times deep in Miami territory. This is Tracy Hall, down after a first down, a gain of about 13 to the Penn State 45-yard line.
First down.
So Penn State needs a score in a hurry.
All right, smooth-looking play. Faking the off tackle to Gooman. Ball goes down about 12, does a little curl in, ball's right on target, makes it look easy when it works.
First down at the Penn State 45. This is Tracy Hall again.
Flag down.
Penalty flag down near the line of scrimmage. Usually this means holding against the offense.
And this is what happens when your things go bad. You're trying to put something together, and they're going to call Penn State for holding.
So forget that first down pass to Tracy Hall at the Miami 44. And instead, a 15-yard penalty will move the ball back to the Penn State 30-yard line.
And that will put Penn State over 100 yards for the day in penalties. And you can't win games getting penalized 100 yards and giving up 275 yards and passing.
8 minutes and 9 seconds left to play. All the way back to the Penn State 29-yard line, where it will be 1st and 25.
Well, obviously, what Miami's going to do now, they're going to ease up in the secondary, not play as tight as they've been before to stop the run, knowing Penn State has to pass. They'll let them complete anything they want in front of them, as long as they don't give them the quick home run.
Brad Scoville was wide open, but the pass wound up behind him. My, was he open.
Dale rushed it. He had all the time in the world. I think he felt watch Brad Scoville. He's wide open, the tight end. Did that ball slip? Might have slipped. Was he wide open?
It will be 2nd and 25 at the Penn State 29-yard line. 7:55 left to play. 26-10 in favor of Miami. Tate elects to run, and he gets a gain of about 10 yards. It is going to be 3rd down and about 15 before Scott Nicholas, who made one of the big defensive plays of the game for Miami a few moments ago when the score was 20-10. Penn State was deep in Miami territory, and on 4th down, Mike Gooman was caught for a loss by Nicholas.
Well, I think State would have to try to come across the middle with enough a pattern deep enough to get the first down.
3rd and 15.
Well, Miami's going to let them do that all day long.
It is going to be 4th and 10.
Miami's only interested in containing Penn State from hitting a long ball or playing very soft in the secondary, dropping everybody a little extra deep. Say, okay, Dale, you want to run, you're killing the clock, and you're still not going to get the first down.
4th and 10, Penn State at the Penn State 45-yard line. And that is just about the finale as far as Penn State's chances today, as Miami drops Tate for a loss on 4th down, and with 6:34 left to play in the game, Miami of Florida takes over the football. And I just can't say enough good things about a Miami football team. Of their top 44 players, only 3 are seniors. And the key man today, Jim Kelly, is a freshman. He was redshirted last year, so it's his 2nd year in school, but he has had very little experience. Coming into today's game, he had completed 14 of 36 passes, but today he has had the poise and skill of a veteran, Jim Kelly. This is Scott Rohn running for just a couple of yards, but taking up 30 precious seconds in the process. It will be 2nd down and 7 at the Penn State 36-yard line.
Scores of other games in the fourth quarter: Michigan 47, Wisconsin nothing.
Miami of Florida has never trailed in this game. Came out with a very sophisticated passing attack. They have not turned over the ball at all today. This is running back Gary Breckner, a sophomore from Endicott, New York, who picks up a couple of yards and 30 seconds in the process. A Miami victory today would be just the second in this series, which began in 1961. Penn State has won 4 games. And in the wings, waiting for Penn State, 3 opponents by the name of North Carolina State, Temple, and Pitt.
If they don't improve on today's performance, it's going to be a long latter part of the year for Joe and the team.
3rd and 3. Oh, penalty flag down.